Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today this is going to be kind of like a bronzy, glowy sort of makeup look. We've got the highlight, which is making my camera go out of focus. Yeah, I've just kind of had a day at home and not been feeling too well, so I thought I'll put some makeup on, make yourself feel a bit better. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, so I've just got a bit of the MAC Fix Plus on, and I've just filled in my eyebrows with the Modern Renaissance palette. But I don't really think that's necessary to show that. So I'm just starting off with the Collection Primed and Ready primer. If you've watched my other videos, you know I'm quite a big fan of that because it's not too expensive. I usually try and concentrate this in the T-zone and just like kind of under the eyes wherever I have slightly bigger pores. I think even if you're dry, you can have larger pores. And it's important to fill them in because it makes foundation go on a lot easier. Okay, and then I'm going to take the Laura Mercier foundation primer. I got this in a Birchbox a while ago, so it's just like their mini size, but I definitely buy this again in the bigger size because it's really good. And I like to use two primers, especially with this foundation that I'm using, because I don't know, it's just kind of like, it does everything you need, whereas sometimes one primer doesn't really do everything. Like the first one is to fill pores and the second one is to kind of hydrate and make the skin kind of like blur it. Okay, so I'm now taking the NARS Velvet Matte Skin Tint. This is in the shade Terra, ooh, I can't pronounce that. It's in the light shade, obviously. I like to shake this a little bit just because it's quite a liquidy product. Yeah, when I went to the Space NK in Winchester, the lady used this on me. I was really impressed. Like, it's very different to anything that I've used before. So I'm just going to take that on the back of my hand. That looks really dark, but it's not that dark in person. So I'm just going to take this on a Real Techniques buffing brush, and I'm just going to apply that to. I usually kind of apply my foundation like here and here. I don't usually add it onto my forehead or too much on my cheeks usually. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit more to my chin and around my nose. I know some people like to use, well, most people like to use beauty blenders for applying foundation, but with this particular foundation, it's not the style of foundation that would work with a beauty blender. It works a lot better with a brush, in my opinion. Yeah, I just prefer it with one of these. So I'm going to take quite a while to blend and buff that in because this is quite a liquidy foundation, and just kind of make sure it's all buffed in and there's no streaks or anything. Now what I do like to use a beauty blender for is blending in concealer. I find that it works really well for that. So this is just the Collection concealer. It's like completely rubbed off because it's been on makeup wear. But I think with a concealer it's important to kind of like highlight as well as conceal with, because it kind of brightens up the under eye area. Where is my beauty blender gone? Oh, it's right there. So this is not like a real beauty blender because I don't have £16 to spend on a sponge. This is just like this is from True Beauty. I got this at TK Maxx. I think I put this in a haul post like quite a long time ago. If I find it, I can link it down below. But I do find that blending in concealer with a sponge usually works quite well for me. Then I'm also using this to just like clean up any areas with the foundation that are maybe a little bit streaky looking, but yeah, it's pretty much all good. Okay, next I'm going to take the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot and just prime my eyelids. I have like this like random bit of like dryness on my eye. It's really irritating me. I'm going to try not to put on too much eyeshadow, but oh well. Okay, so there's the eyes all primed. I think I'm going to do eyeshadow and then do contour and highlight and all that. But I'll just quickly step my face and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've just taken the Laura Geller powder. I'm just putting that just where I've applied the foundation and a little bit over the eye primer, because I find that it helps to just kind of like set it. Okay, so I'm just going to go in and tightline with the Maybelline Master Drama eye pencil. I find that some people really like pull down on their eye to do this, but I don't find that I need to. I think if you can, it's just to, you know, kind of just gently hold and just fill in your waterline and try not to tug at your eye too much because it's just not good for your eye. Okay, so I'm just going to take this pencil and I'm going to pop it in the waterline. Sorry, this is really quite difficult to film without being like in the mirror. I do this without looking in a mirror sometimes and people get really freaked out. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm so used to doing it. Like, it doesn't really bother me that much. Yeah. So also, if you were a bit afraid of like tight lining up there, you can do your waterline and then it will kind of transfer a little bit. If you just wanted to get the look of it without having to do it, you know, having to put loads of eyeliner up there. Okay, so I'm just going to take this Maybelline Master Drama eye pencil and I've done a little bit already, but I'm just going to fill in my waterline and my upper waterline with this pencil. So that is the eyeliner done. Ugh, I'm really not in the mood for that today. I was like putting it in, I'm like, it's sore, can't be bothered. But whatever, it'll be worth it. Okay, so I'm just going to go in with this fluffy brush. It's actually from the shop Jack Wills, but I've had this for years, but it's really good for just laying down a base colour with. I'm sure you could find something very similar, you know, from Morphe or just from Eco Tools, something like that. So I'm just taking the shade Tempera, which is this lightest colour here, which is like the biggest dent out of it. And these are very powdery eyeshadows, so you don't need to pick up loads and loads and loads on your brush. Like, I'm trying to pick up a small amount because it does have quite a bit of like kick up, which is why this gets so messy. So I'm just going to take that shade and I'm just going to apply it as a base colour. Okay, so now just on the same brush, I'm going to take, what are we doing? We'll take some burnt orange, and I'm just going to use this as a transition colour. And so a transition colour should be not too much darker than your skin tone, and you want to put it in the crease to just aid blending when you start to put any darker colours in there. And because this is a fluffy brush, it will kind of like blend out as you go. So I'm just applying this right in the crease, and obviously part of it is going just above the crease and on the lid because it's a larger brush. If you didn't want to take your eyeshadow up too high, you could use a smaller brush than this, but this is just my personal preference, as I should say. I've been like mangling words all week this week. It's not been good. So I'm just going to build up that colour a little bit and just kind of blend it as I go. Okay, so I'm just going to take this Morphe M139 brush, which is kind of like a tapered blending brush. I really like this. And also I apologise if my eyeshadow looks a bit patchy or light there. That's right where I have this like weird bit of dry skin. I can't do anything about it, I'm sorry. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to fluff the colour out so that I don't have as much of a harsh line. And because of the shape of this brush, where it's kind of tapered like that, as you blend, it kind of brings the shadow out into kind of like this wing shape, so when you add your wing it will kind of, you know, all flow up together. So now I've got that down, I'm going to go in with a darker colour. So this is Railgar, this burnt orange colour down here. This is such a unique colour, it's so pretty. I'm just going to take, this is the brush from one of the Naked palettes, and I'm not sure which one it is. I think it's the Naked, this is the Naked One palette brush, yeah, that's it. So I'm just going to take that on the edge of this brush and I'm just going to put that through the crease. Because this is a flatter brush, it's going to be in a smaller space than the previous colour. And the thing I really like about this brush is you can really sort of drag it through the crease and create sort of a shape with it. I will blend this out in a minute, I know it looks a bit dark. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with that same brush and just blend it out. Sorry if this looks a bit patchy on camera, I can tell. It's like, in person it looks fine, but then on camera it just looks like it's really uneven. I don't know why, it's just the lighting. Okay, so now comes the sparkle part of this tutorial. So I'm going to take this Barry M Dazzle Dust. I don't actually know what colour this is because it doesn't have a number on it, but it's this kind of like what am I trying to do here? It's this kind of like orangey gold shade. And I put this all over the lid, and you can kind of create like a semi-cut crease look just by kind of like, you know, doing this kind of motion just above the lid. Okay, so these are super pigmented, so I'm just going to take a little bit actually out of the cap, and I'm not going to like dunk my brush in there because then you just end up with way too much. You just get like a little bit. Okay. And then I'm just going to apply this on the lid. I really do like these eyeshadows, they're so worth the price. But this is one of my favourites. It's like a really beautiful kind of copper gold colour. So I'm just going to kind of create that sort of cut crease style shape using this to kind of carve out. This is not like a proper cut crease, but this is kind of just, you know, it's the easy way. The very, very, very easy way. Because I do not have the skills to do a good cut crease yet. One day I will. I was thinking about trying to do one, just like on camera, and I was like, I will just get concealer and eyeshadow everywhere and it will just be a mess. Okay, so I'm going to add a bit of Railgar to the bottom lash line. I'm just going to take, this is pretty sure this is an Eco Tools brush. It's an Eco Tools brush with no stamp on it, and this is just like the winged eyeliner side, but I quite like it just to kind of like pressing shadow under the eyes, because I can't have my eyeshadow come down too low. It just doesn't suit me. So I'm just going in with Railgar. I'm just going to put that on the lower lash line. I'm going to kind of like blend it into that top as well. I'm just laying it down at the moment, and then I'll blend it afterwards. Okay, so I'm just going back in with that same brush, and I'm going to kind of fuse that together. This side looks a lot better than this side. It's always the way, isn't it? Okay, I'm just going to take this same Eco Tools brush we used this side, which is kind of like this flat side. I'm just going to take a bit of tempera again. I'm just going to kind of highlight the brow bone with this shade. I sometimes don't do this because I don't think like it looks very good on me, but I like this colour to highlight with. I can't use anything too shimmery sometimes. It just doesn't look right on me. So in person I'm quite pleased with this eyeshadow, but on camera it looks quite like light and patchy. But in person I'm quite pleased with it. I don't know why it looks that way. So if you open your eyeliner the wrong way and you just do one of these, yeah, smart, right? Okay, so I get people asking me all the time, how do you do your winged eyeliner? And the answer is with great difficulty. So I'm just going to take my little mirror. I'm going to try and film myself doing this, which is going to be hard. I'm going to try. Okay. Okay, that looks alright. We did okay. Right, I'm going to do this side now. Okay, so this is the Zoeva cat eye pen, by the way, just for anyone who's wondering. I really do quite like this. The only problem is like felt liners sometimes get those little like strings at the end, and that really annoys me. If it looks like there's like a patch there, it's not. It's where my eyelashes have like got bits of eyeshadow. Okay, so I just added a bit of Benefit's Roller Lash. What a difference mascara can make. So I'm just going to go in. I want to do a bit of an inner corner highlight. I feel like that's what's lacking a little bit. So I'm just going to take MAC Shroom. It's like a really light sort of highlight shade. And this is on a Real Techniques accent brush. I'm just going to kind of like pop that in the inner corner. Okay, so I just added a little bit of that on the inner corner and just kind of underneath here. Okay, let's do some blush and highlight before I move on to lips. So I'm just going to take the Hoola bronzer, which is my fave. On this is like this is a number 7, just like a big fluffy brush. And I'm just going to kind of like, I don't know, I don't really contour because I feel like this is too warm to contour with. Just like a bit of bronzer and contour in one go, I guess. Okay, and then for highlight we're going to go into my baby, the Anastasia Glow Kit in Sweets. I don't really know which one I want to use. I guess if this is my kind of like bronzy, glowy look, I should go for Butterscotch. I do like that one. So I'm just going to take this colour right here and just pop it on the tops of my cheekbones. Yeah. Oh! I mean, these are like crazy. The reflection of that was like not okay. Don't really highlight my nose. We'll do a tiny bit. That's enough. Okay, so now we are glowing. I'm just gonna kind of buff out this bronzer a little bit because I kind of overdid it, like a tiny bit. There we go, that's better. Okay, so finally for lips, I'm going to use Kat Von D's Lolita. I love this colour. I've had this since Christmas and I started using it quite a bit more just this week and just in general. And I just thought it would go nicely with this eye look. I mean, you can use a lip liner if you want to, but I tend not to with liquid lipsticks. I do find you have to go over these a few times because it's quite a moussey formula, but it can look a little bit patchy. When it dries down, that usually goes away, but you just got to make sure you get that first coat on quite evenly. Okay, and then to finish off, just do a little bit of setting spray, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Nah, I'm just kidding. You've got to bathe in that setting spray. This face needs to be on for as long as possible. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you wanted to recreate the look, please tag me in it on Instagram. If you've got any more ideas of other videos or other makeup tutorials I could do, that would be so great. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. Bye!